Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today I will show you guys some amazing features on iOS 26 that you probably didn't know about. Now, Apple is always great when paying attention to different details, adding a lot of little things that will actually make your life easier while using your device on their software updates. And again, with iOS 26, they have actually done a great job of adding these little extra things that actually are super useful. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoyed the videos and you want to see more of them, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, we're starting with the first one here, and let me show you guys why I think Apple is always great at paying attention to details on iOS. So let's head on to the settings and go to display and brightness. Now here we have the always on display settings. So if you go here, you will have a new option to blur the wallpaper photo. Now, as you know, with iOS 26, Apple has added the big clock and that really cool 3D effect that you get on the lock screen. And with that, of course, a lot of people will put a lot of different wallpapers, maybe of their loved ones, their family members, or stuff like that. Because of course, with that 3D effect, it looks really amazing. And of course, you don't want to be somewhere in public and maybe having your iPhone always displaying your wallpaper. That's why you can now enable this feature right here. And once you go to your lock screen, the wallpaper will actually be blurred. So once your device is on sleep, you can see we can see kind of the wallpaper in the background. It's not all the way dark, but it is blurred. And of course, once you wake it up, it just shows the real wallpaper. Once it's basically on the sleep mode or whatever you want to call it, it will basically blur out the wallpaper, which is really awesome. With Safari on iOS 26, a lot of people probably think it's a bit harder, like an extra step to create a new tab or view all your tabs, because you will have to tap the three dots right here to go to your tabs or create a new tab. But that's actually not that hard. Of course, you can do that from there, but you can always just swipe like this from the right to the left to create a new tab. Or if you want to see all of your tabs, then you will have two different options. You can either double tap here on the three dots and it shows you all of your tabs, or where the address bar is right here, all you have to do is just swipe up on the address bar and it will show you all your tabs, as easy as that. Now, one of the things that Apple has done with iOS 26, which I really love, especially when using the iPhone with one hand, is the new gesture to go back. So previously, if you would want to go back on a page, you had to swipe here from the corner to go back like that. But now with iOS 26, you can do that, but you can do that from anywhere on the page. So right here, I don't have to grab the corner here. I don't have to reach for that. I can just swipe from here and I can go back here on any page, as easy as that. Now with iOS 26, Apple has added the new Preview app. Of course, if you have used a Mac, you had this app a long time ago. Now it's available for iPhone and iPad as well. Now what's really cool is that you probably won't need to download or pay for any extra apps to edit your PDFs. You will have basically everything you need right here. So you open a PDF, you can see you will have here the ability to rotate it to the right, to the left, adjust the size. You can go to any page you want. You will have all the editing tools right here. So if I tap right there, I can go ahead and just edit this page right here. I can add text. I can go ahead and add a signature to a PDF. Of course, I have other tools right here where I can crop different pages, and then also I can show all the information about that PDF right here. So actually a pretty cool app that allows you to do a lot more with your PDF file. So I can go ahead and select text here, add different things, of course, copy and paste or cut anything, delete anything from there. So you will have also the markup tools right here that allow you to mark up your PDF. So anything you want here on the PDFs, most of the features that people will regularly use when editing PDFs now are available on the new Preview app. Now here is another great new feature of iOS 26. So I can go ahead and open the camera right here. And if I want to use my camera to actually record a video, I can tap here And as you see now, while I have my AirPods connected, I can go ahead and choose to use the microphone of my AirPods when recording the video instead of using the microphone from your iPhone. Now, this will be very useful, especially if you're recording a video and you don't want to have your iPhone in your hands. You maybe have your iPhone placed somewhere, you have it like fixed on a tripod or things like that. You can just go ahead and always use the microphone from your AirPods. So like that, you just tap here and you can go ahead and choose whichever microphone you want. Of course, if you have others, you can use it from here, or you can just choose to have the microphone of your AirPods as the microphone for your video recording. Here's another really cool thing that you can do on the Notes app on iOS 26. Especially if you use it for like studying, taking notes, like on different lectures or something like that, and you want to separate things, and you can do that by using color. So I can select any piece of text I want, and then you can see this little pencil icon right there. I can tap on it and it will colorize it. In this case, it will go with red, but I can tap again on it and I will have a few different options. So I can choose between like 4 or 5 different colors to actually go ahead and colorize any piece of text I want. That way I can make an easier distinction between different things that I have added to my note. Next up, we're talking about ringtones. Did you know that with iOS 26, you now actually have remixes of the classic iPhone ringtone? So there we have the reflection ringtone, which is a default iPhone ringtone. And what you can do right here is tap that little arrow. You can see it's the only one that actually has an arrow. We can tap right there and it shows you different ringtones you can use. These are not different sounds, but these are basically different remixes of the classic ringtone that you can now use for your device. Here's another very useful feature that Apple has added to reminders on iOS 26. So let's go ahead and create a new reminder. So if we tap right here to create a new reminder, we can add the date and the time, which is of course a very useful feature. But once you have enabled time right here, you can see what will appear here. Time zone. You can tap here and you can choose the time zone for that reminder. So let's say you set a reminder for when you're traveling somewhere. You don't want to set the reminder for, let's say, like 11 a.m. in the United States while you're traveling somewhere else that maybe has a very big time difference. You can just go ahead and set the reminder on the time zone where you're traveling to. That way, you know you're getting your reminders on time. Moving on to the Tips app. Now, this is actually a great app for iOS users, especially if you're newer to iPhone and not that experienced with iOS. Then you can just take advantage of this app and do a lot of things much easier without having to actually require help somewhere else. Now, once you open this app, right here on the home screen, just swipe all the way down and you will find something here called step-by-step help. If you go here, then you can go ahead and just like use the step-by-step help for different things like your battery, your AirPods. You can see the screen right there with setting things like your account, your password, the security right there, software updates, apps, basically some of the most usual things that people will have problems with. Now you will actually have here a step-by-step guide to actually just tell you what to do and what you need to do to get those things fixed on your iPhone. And last but not least, we're moving back to the Settings app. Now, if you go under Accessibility right here and then go to Motion, you will have this option here called Reduce Motion. This has been here before, of course. It's not new on iOS 26. And then you will also have this Prefer Crossfade Transition. This also has been here before, but now it's different. It will give you a new animation for when closing and opening apps on your iOS 26 device. That animation is different and it's much better than previously on iOS 18. Like you can see, if I go out of the app, you can see when I open an app, this like slow animation right here, just look at that, how it basically the page curls into the screen. It's actually really cool, just like flipping a book page on the iBook app. It actually looks really awesome. So this is a new animation you can actually enable for your iOS 26 device. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and of course subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.